Hey guys, Miss Lynham here. We are going to perform part of our biomolecule lab today. Today we're going to test for carbohydrates. And so we are dealing with some substances today that you see on your lab sheet. You should have downloaded this. I've numbered mine, as you can see over here on the side, 1 through 8. So you can correspond those substances with what I have in the test tube. So I have already loaded the substances into the test tubes. Okay, so one more time over here, we're gonna deal with water, table sugar, apple juice, egg white, white potato, gelatin, honey, and sweet potato. And the first test that we're gonna run is the iodine test. Okay, so this is my bottle of iodine. So iodine reacts with a polysaccharide, okay, as you read in your lab sheet. So the substances that I have in my tubes, if there is in fact any polysaccharide material in this, then it'll react, the iodine stains the bonds that are present in the polysaccharides and stains them a shade of purple or black. So right now you can see the color, okay, and you don't have to note the before color, but I just kind of want you to see. Test tube 1 and 2, you can see are clear. 3 has that little tint to it because it's apple juice. 4, you can see right here is egg white. 5, this one is white potato, got a little tint to it. 6 is gelatin, and then we've got honey at the end with sweet potato at the very end. So right now you can see the colors. So we're gonna add the iodine, and if they turn any shade of black or purple, then that's gonna indicate the presence of a polysaccharide. And just like you see on your data table, the positives, the darker the color, then the more positives we're gonna assign that. So before we begin, if you have not filled out your chart, I want you to write a hypothesis right here. Put a negative if you think the substances do not contain polysaccharides, and then you'll put a positive, 1+ if it's a little bit, a 2+ if you think it's a medium amount of polysaccharides, and then a 3+ if you think it's a heavy amount. Okay? All right, so I'm gonna add my iodine. Okay, so we've added our iodine. You can see tubes 1 through 4. Now just so you know, because the color looks really weird, this is my bottle of iodine, and this is how strong the iodine is. Okay, so you can kind of see that, because I know some of the substances were different colors, but I will zoom in for you guys. This is 1 through 4. So you can note, you're gonna note color and then positives versus negatives. Okay, here's 5, 6, 7, and 8. And because you can definitely tell 8 and 5, I'm gonna hold them next to each other. So if you wanna try to make some comparisons, they both look pretty dark. Okay, so now we're ready for the next test, which is called the Benedict test. So we're using a reagent called Benedict's solution. This is going to correspond with your data table in this section. So before we get started, I would like you to go ahead and record your hypothesis. You did the other one for iodine over here. This one I want you to record negative if you think it does not have any monosaccharides or reducing sugars, and then a 1+ if you think it has a minimal amount of monosaccharides or reducing sugars, a 2+ for medium, and a 3+ for heavy. So really quickly, this is a really cool one. I love this one. Benedict's reagent is going to react to a substance if it contains a reducing sugar, also known as a monosaccharide. So for example, glucose, fructose, or galactose. Those are all 3 monosaccharides. So if any of the substances listed here, if they have any of those monosaccharides, glucose, fructose, or galactose, then when we add Benedict's solution and heat it up, here's our hot water bath, we heat it up for 4 minutes, then we will get a shade of burnt orange, okay, or an orange color at all. Any kind of orange is going to indicate positive for monosaccharides. The darker orange, obviously, the stronger the monosaccharide is in the substance. So if it's really, really dark orange, we're going to give it a 3+. If it's medium, a 2+, and then a light shade of orange is going to get a 1+. So I'm going to go ahead and add my drops of Benedict solution to my test tubes, and then I'll show you putting it in the hot water bath. Okay, so we've added our Benedict solution to all of our test tubes. I did want to show you what the Benedict's reagent looks like naturally before we added it. So right here, if I could tilt this, here we go, maybe, it's kind of empty. Here we go, this is Benedict's reagent. It's a beautiful little blue color. So obviously the solutions that are clear, like our first 2, water and table sugar, they are simply the color of Benedict's reagent. Okay, the shades that you see that change like this is before heating. So we're not recording any positives yet because this is before heating. So now we are ready to take all the test tubes. I just kind of pick them up like this, and we're gonna put them in the hot water bath like so. So we're gonna put all of them in here at the same time. Yes, we can fit all of these in. There we go. And we're gonna start our timer for 4 minutes and see if we get any positives by changing to orange. Okay, so here we go. I just pulled the tubes out of the hot water bath. These kind of look amazing. So these are tubes 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you'll probably wanna pause the video and note the colors. I will pull them out so that you can see them a little bit clearer. Okay, that's 1 and 2. Like I said, push pause so you can see. That's 3 and 4. Okay, I'll put the oranges next to each other so that you can see the difference. That's 5 and 6. And then this is 7 and 8. Okay, so if you want to see the 3 that are the orange color next to each other, this is 3 right here before you see 7 and 8. So 3, 7, and 8. So there they are, all 3 next to each other. That should give you a good display.